and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, the exclusive banking partner of the Digital Weather Desk. Thanks so much for joining us around midday on this, I gotta play the loop, on this Wednesday. And I play the loop of the satellite, and there's still nothing happening. So go figure. Not really expecting to see much today. Sun-filled skies are expected through the remainder of the afternoon. Checking the radar products, and again, every shingle radar product made possible by Brown's Roofing. Yes, I did write that myself. Again, rain-free. It is a loop. It is showing things. There is just nothing to show across our area. That changes this weekend as a cold front moves into the area on Saturday. That's kind of what we deep dive, or what we will deep dive more over the coming, I would say, days and over the subsequent forecasts to follow. Temperatures at midday in the upper 70s to low 80s. It's not too bad out there, at least for now. 82 in Monroe, 79 Ruston, 80 in El Dorado, 81 in Camden. Dew points are pretty dry, low 50s, and that's what's allowed for the comfortable mornings that we've enjoyed over the last several days, and we'll continue to enjoy, although we continue a warming trend, and probably back into the low 90s for highs over the next couple of days. Wind speeds generally out of the northeast, 5 to 10 mile an hour range. Expect them to stay that way through the rest of the afternoon. Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports. I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe shows, again, winds back out of the east as we go through the day tomorrow. Still quite a bit of sunshine, and daytime highs still approaching the 90-degree mark. It'll be a warm day. Cold front approaches the area Friday, but still well to the northwest, so expect some daytime clouds, and your high school football games will be quite warm, probably approaching the 90-degree mark again, or at least maybe even into the low end of the 90s. And then the cold front starts to approach the area on Saturday. The boundary itself expected to move through probably Saturday evening, Saturday night. Timing is still the big question mark, and again, the model run ends at that point. So what we do know is that a trough of low pressure is moving through the central United States. It'll have some very warm, humid, and fairly unstable air out ahead of it. And there will be a window of opportunity for some strong to severe thunderstorms. The severe weather threat outlined by the Storm Prediction Center includes much of the mid-Mississippi Valley and parts of the lower Mississippi Valley and the Red River Valley, and that obviously includes a good chunk of the Arklamis region. This is the exact same map, just zoomed in, and you can see that the vast majority of our coverage area is included under an outlook for potential for strong to severe storms on Saturday. Again, these are human-issued forecasts, hand-drawn, if you will. They're hand-drawn by computers, but they're still hand-drawn. They are prone to errors and changes, and so I don't want folks to get too bent out of shape about this. We see severe weather threats like this quite frequently, especially during the fall and springtime months. This is the first one we've seen so far this season, so obviously it gets a little bit more attention, especially considering we haven't had a lot to talk about recently. Look at least here in the short term, storm energy, and we call it CAPE, convective available potential energy, but basically the higher the number, the more energy there is to work with, and the faster that parcels of air, small pockets of air, can move up in the atmosphere and build clouds and thunderstorms. There's not much to work with. Even through the day on Friday, there's not much to work with. But as we get into the day Saturday, not only do we have the trough of low pressure that's providing some upward moving motion in the atmosphere, but we also just have, again, a fairly warm, humid, unstable environment that kind of gathers through the afternoon. Again, it's not an extremely unstable atmosphere. It's nothing out of the ordinary for springtime months. And it is kind of a narrow corridor as we work into Sunday morning. The instability, obviously, as the air cools through the after sunset, the atmosphere tries to stabilize, so that pocket of instability is a little bit thinner and a little bit more shallow to work with. So as we go through the next couple of days, the focus was going to be on that front that moves into the air. Here's a look at the forecast rainfall over the next 5 days. This is actually updated from earlier. This is a forecast issued by the Weather Prediction Center, so it is, again, kind of a human-drawn forecast, if you will. And I think it encompasses the general thought process. Thunderstorm activity will drive some heavier rainfall. Not everyone's going to see quarter-inch, half-inch, 3/4 of an inch rain totals. Kind of painting with a broad brush as we look into the future at this storm system. Obviously, this says the next 5 days, but all of this rainfall really is focused on that Saturday time frame. Afternoon highs today will top back out in the upper 80s to near 90 across northern Louisiana, western Mississippi, probably in the mid to upper 80s, and then some low to mid 80s across southern Arkansas. Overnight lows tonight generally back upper 50s to near 60. Under mostly clear skies should be another quite nice night across the region. Look at the 7-day forecast. Again, the focus is on that Saturday front. Beyond that, Sunday, Monday, we clear out a little bit, and then we cool off too. Morning lows could quickly fall into the low 50s by Monday morning, and then climb rather quickly as we head toward the middle parts of next week. So one thing I would really want you to take away from the 7-day forecast here is not only the storm threat on Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, but also the sharper temperature fluctuations that you start to see next week. We fall into the low 80s Sunday, then we're back into the mid 80s Tuesday. Morning lows fall into the low 50s, and they're back to near 60 degrees. This is also kind of indicative of what I was telling you. This storm system perhaps opens up the upper level pattern a little bit more, so we get a little bit more activity, a little bit more active weather. I use the word active, or at least that is the base word, in two different terms to describe that, but you get the general idea as we go through the next days and weeks. So maybe the second half of the month of October a little bit more active, and perhaps bringing better rain opportunity to the area, because there is the potential that a front stalls across the region and brings more rain chances late next week. So that's kind of how things shake out for now. As we get closer to Saturday and we get in kind of that inside the 96-hour time frame, we'll start going into more details about what we can expect in terms of timing and specific hazards. The one thing that we do know is, like I said, that a storm system is going to move through the central United States. Timing is still very much a question mark. And then overall storm coverage, at least in our area, is still a question mark as well. So those are all details we hope to iron out over the next few days as we approach Saturday. Of course, you can always check the latest forecast at digitalweatherdesk.com. If I'm still awaiting updates on the app, hope to hear some of those soon. I would love to have it before Saturday. I don't foresee that as out of the realm of possibilities, but I also can't guarantee it either. Boy, that's straddling the fence as best you can. But again, I'll provide more information as I know more, trying to be as transparent as possible. I know folks are awaiting that. Thanks so much for joining the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank.